Here the font czar is looking over me at my computer desk. There he is with a light illuminating him. Below his coronation garments is what every studio ought to have, a Victorian era gynecology table. Yes, you heard me correctly. It even has stirrups, as you can see. The table is on a base, which is quite neat. This looks sort of like a squat Eiffel Tower. And the table with depressing this little pedal right there can rotate slightly back and forth, and it can be completely flat for those sorts of exams that you need. I believe, yes, right here. No, come on, come out. Come out wherever you are. There's a little tray that comes out that will collect all of the juices that may happen during childbirth. But anyway, that's not going to be happening here in my studio if I can help it. But now that this thing is here, this chair is here, I'm able to access my library over here. But more importantly than that, if you can imagine more important things than books, under here, behind here, in this little dark cubby hole, is any number of other things that now can be accessed. And I need to access something back there in order to make artwork that I'm going to be making for a show in January. So, yay. There's the gynecology table, exam table with stirrups. Since we're here, we can look at another little cabinet. This is a file drawer that has flat pieces. Well, that's empty. How could that possibly be? That has things like this. Who knows when I'll be needing a piece of sheet music like that. I don't know what I'm doing with all these things. These were a gift from a friend who shipped them up with Nasty Man. I ought to know the lyrics to that. Should be my theme song. What is this? Sitting Pretty. Did you ever see a dream walking? Well, I did, is how that song goes. You're a sweetheart. Here's a certificate of birth. Clark Franklin Springate. There we go. Can't have a house that's complete without that. Then I've got some various ads for fountain pens. These were ones I guess I wanted to keep for some reason. I've got a big box of them that I want to sell. Santa Claus today is a postman bringing lovely... What else can you give a man but a pen? Anyway, I've got a number of pen-related things in this drawer, but other drawers have other things. Pictures of dead people. Well, they weren't dead when these were taken, but they're certainly dead now. Here's something that I like. It's a map of a coal mine. Coal, it's huge. We're going to go back to coal. So maybe the miners. God damn it, now I'm ripping it. Hold on. Look at this great looking chart. Copper. Anyway. Of course I have to have this. Why wouldn't I? I'll do something with it, make a hat out of it. Dark sandstone. I've got dozens of these charts. I don't know why. Do you know why? Can you tell me why? In this drawer I found a number of images. These are all images that came out of encyclopedias that were broken in some way, shape, or form, and I ended up throwing the books away, but saving from them certain illustrations that I thought were interesting. These all, I think I have Asiatic types. Some of them can be relatively interesting as a historical picture of what we thought or believed at a time. Other ones are just interesting imagery that I thought might be good to inspire something. Spectrum analysis. Our home. Cover designs for school exercises. Prisoner of the Buccaneers. The Watched Pot That Boils. A good book in a cozy nook. That nook. There's no nook anywhere near this, but I'll pretend it does. Oh, sunrise. This looks like a disaster waiting to happen. He's going to trip and break his tooth. Marooned. What a maroon. This is a nebula in reverse. Measles and scarlet fever. Keffirs. A busy day in corn husking time. Look at this house with that big old porch wrapping around the veranda. And this house has a giant penis-shaped turret. Well, someone's got to have them. I guess penis-shaped turrets back in the day were quite popular. Look at that old house. Oh, what else do we have here? Architecture. I don't know what I was going to do with these things. The columns, the orders, very important. Now, of course, you can find all of this information on Google. You type in floor plan for house with penis turret, and you'll get exactly that. Now, these are what carriages used to be divided up into. Now, why do I have this? Because these would make nice designs that I could sort of do a riff on. Meat production. Can't leave home without that. These are plants. Anyway, this is just one section of just one of the drawers. This is what a modern brewing plant looks like. Bridges. Japanese art. This is a very out of perspective Mexican architecture. Oh, that looks like Boston, New York. Elevator architecture. Evidently, once elevators came into production, we were able to build elevator architecture. There's that penis house again. Oh, here's another disease. Inflammatory blush. So let's go back. That was just this drawer. That part of this drawer. There's another part back there and in front. And then there's another drawer down here. Maps. Cupboard. I think this guy died on the Lusitania. Lots of maps. These were maps out of broken atlases, and I sold a number of them at one point when I had a little antique shoppy. But all of these maps can probably be disposed of. These countries don't even exist. Let's see what this one is. Oh, Denmark exists. Come on. Australia, that exists. Chile. Well, anyway, these will be, there's a store here in Boston that sells old maps. Maybe I should just bring this whole thing down to them and sell it to them. Because I don't need them anymore. British Isles. France. Egypt. Anyway, it could go on and on and on. Maps. Atlantic Ocean. This is Belgium. Austria, Hungary. Anyway, I think these all can go away. I do not need these anymore in my house, do I? I always got a kick out of atlases that, you know, had little things that didn't fit in the frame. Like, why don't you just make the frame bigger? Then there'd be something else that wouldn't fit in the frame. We saw that one already. Austria, Hungary. States. Arctic regions. Anyway, that's just the second drawer, and there's like 18 drawers here, so What the heck? These are old telegrams I found in the dumpster. In this batch of them were telegrams from Frank Sinatra, which I gave to a friend of mine. Uh-oh, there's a naked person, Jay Hooten. Oh, I know him. I bought a drawing that he did once upon a time when I had money. I could buy art, knots, horses. I have way too much stuff. That's just this cabinet. Then there's, God damn it, there's this cabinet. There's that cabinet. There's this cabinet. There's that cabinet. There's that cabinet. Let's just open up one of these, shall we? No, it's empty. Pencil boxes. My house is a death trap. There's filing cabinets there, flat files. There's books in this little books. There's just, help me, somebody help me. We're back where we started.